Yeah. It's your girl Tubby of the Nerdy Bird site, and thanks to the antidote.com, we're back this week kicking it with my boy John Anthony.
Hi.
Right here at the parlor. Now, we're gonna kick the real. We're not just gonna talk music, even though it's the essential part of why we're here. We actually get into some of the other things that are happening in the world and the area around us, and we get to talk about how we feel about them and how they directly affect us. So we're gonna actually start out with something, I guess, a little interesting in the world of music, in the world of hip-hop. Right now, the streets are buzzing with the latest song from the Migos. They actually were able to pull off a collaboration with both Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, and I think that's very dope for the culture. But there is a little bit of steam or a little bit of tension that's being kind of built up over social media and entertainmentally speaking, I guess, on the internet. We have, Nicki, who's been doing this for a very long time. You have Cardi, the rookie in the situation. And the media is almost kind of playing them against each other rather than, paying homage to the fact that they are actually working together. Now, we'll start off with, have you heard the song yet?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, now, do you like it?
It hasn't grown on me. It's pretty cool sounding, but like I usually take me like 2 times to hear a song. I heard it like yesterday for the first time, and I was like,
it's alright.
Yeah, it's straight.
Okay, now based off of what you heard so far, because I know you don't have a formal opinion, you haven't been able to really, I guess, dissect it and kind of get your real opinion on it. But based off of what you heard on yesterday, if you had to pick the better verse between the two ladies, who would it be?
I'm going with Nicki. I ain't even gonna stand popular. I mean, contrary to popular belief, I'm going with Nicki because like she has this one line. And she's like, Quavo the quarterback, I'm Nick Lombardi. And I don't think anybody caught that, bro. Like, when I heard it, I was like, like, Cardi, Cardi is she pretty cool. I'm not gonna take that from her. Like, she did her thing on it. But I feel like as a lyricist, I want to hear her do more than the I'm dating Offset, watch me turn him on thing, like, which is, that's
cool. I'm speaking real about it.
Be open about it, but it's just like, I want to hear more from her, because she has a story.
Right.
She definitely has a story, a real story, and it get gritty at some point.
Right.
So I want to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
To her music.
And yeah, it's just like, she low-key had done it with Bodak Yellow, which I really only listened to. Fun fact, I've only listened to that song one time all the way through, and it's decent. The reason I didn't listen to it until like 2 weeks ago was because I do a lot of different events, and every chick, like, they'll be doing a set, and I'll be like, I'm fucking with it. Boom, they rocking their own shit. Do you hear like So it just beat that sound out to the point where I was like,
I can't hear it.
I need to just like let this shit run its course, and then I'm gonna listen to it. But like when she was like, I don't dance now, I make money moves, I was like, the entendre was nice.
Right.
Cause we all know what she was, and that's literally a money move. But now she's speaking like she's more business savvy, and I respect that. And her personality brings her a long way because she's accessible. Because it feels like you can walk outside and you see her up the street.
Right.
It makes her more likable. But Nicki, I think had that Nick Lombardi fucking line. I was like,
it's so good. It's so good.
Sheesh, like, I was like, damn, bro, cool.
Now, understanding that the media does have this funny way of, I guess, telling people what they should think, or at least opening up the ideals for what could or couldn't be.
Right.
Do you think that the Migos planned this intentionally on the means for the better of the culture, or was it kind of like, okay, the media's kind of buzzing with them right now, they have them beefed out, let's go ahead and did that, or was it more of a, well, let's just see what happens. Let's see.
The Migos are fucking stupid. They did that strategically. It's just like nobody noticed earlier this year when the rumors started circulating after they dropped the Culture album. They had a rumor like, oh, Quavo is talking about going solo. Will the other two sustain? Fucking Offset is like on everything now, and all of them within a week. Takeoff dropped the single. Offset dropped the single. Quavo had a single that he dropped, but he, is doing all the features and stuff anyway. So it was like we just needed to hit the other two. They did that. They did that. And you got to give them credit. Like first of all, people don't realize that Nicki, they helping each other, because it's in a competitive way. Nicki is lanes. She had lanes, like she not just rapping no more. Like she's doing like pop sounding music. She's been in movies. So she's broadening that horizon and bringing it back with Cardi. And then Cardi, who is still, you know what I'm saying, up and coming with the rap thing, she's progressing. So I feel like that's definitely a move that, you know, they definitely calculated, because it was gonna generate stuff. The Migos are really good at manipulating social media.
Nice.
The do it look like I was left off Baton Bougie, all that type of stuff. After that, I started noticing Takeoff on everything, and that song Takeoff fucking snapped. I feel like Takeoff's my guy. I fuck with Takeoff.
Alright, well, shout out to the Migos, shout out to Nicki, shout out to Cardi.
Yeah.
I keep on saying it, I'm gonna keep on saying it as a female artist. Not too many of us get the opportunity to do what you ladies are doing.
True.
Make sure you don't allow the media, the haters, and all of the outside influences to stop y'all from being great. Don't let them stop y'all from being great together, guys.
At all.
Now, we're gonna kind of move into something a little more serious. You know, being of the culture of the South, we kind of understand what it is to be family oriented. And a lot of the HBCUs in our area kind of operate the same way. You know, I think Franny said it best. We kind of become extended family to the people that come to school here. So knowing that Grambling University suffered a tragedy where 2 lives were taken during their homecoming week, I always ask if you could give any advice to help those students that are acclimating to that event or to the emotional hardship that comes with it. What advice do you give to the student body, to the faculty, to the university in itself that might be able to help them cope, even though that's easier said than done?
Definitely.
But what are some things that they could be doing right now that would help that situation be a little bit easier, if anything?
One is pray. You know, that's something, I'm not gonna get all preachy, but pray. 2, you can't crumble if y'all stand together. If y'all foundation is y'all are in unity, you know, uplift each other, like do what y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying, do everything positively speaking that y'all gotta do to protect one another, because y'all are family. Like, you know, especially like HBCU, being, I went to Southern, so I understand, like, that is literally like you become so close with these people because y'all see each other on a daily basis. And we unfortunately had a situation like that last year, and it hurt all of us. Like, we still kind of have a very like tender spot in our hearts for that. So, you know, I feel like at the end of the day, pray, stand in unison, and just, you know, love one another, man. Like, all the stuff that y'all, you know, it's different ways. I feel like if people just take that second to take a breath, you don't have to worry about none of that. Real talk.
And, you know, just to add my 2 cents in, I think I always kind of get back to the same thing. Communication is important. Very often a person could really be going through something, and the smallest thing in a negative aspect can make them snap. Just like the smallest thing in a positive aspect can prevent them from snapping. So I find that communication is important. Talk to each other. When something is wrong, when something is bothering you, when you fear for some reason or you're uncertain about something, open your mouth to somebody.
Make it known.
Too often we lose ourselves and we get lost physically as well, whether that be from death or just isolation. And that's kind of the breaking point for us right now. So my heart goes out to Graham fam, you know what I'm saying? Southern, I love for y'all. It grows, it keeps going, it won't fade away. We hope that you guys can get in a position where this gets better for you.
Definitely.
Now, we're gonna go into the world of fashion. And you know, for me, I love fashion. I love from streetwear to couture and all points in between. If you're a thrifter and you can go spend $30 and be fresher than somebody that goes spend $6 grand, like, I love it. So I closely pay attention to a lot of things in the world of fashion. Something that kind of bothered me excessively this morning, as a mother, as a model, as a person that kind of understands the ins and outs of certain, I guess, fashion aspects.
Right.
There's a 14-year-old model from Russia, beautiful little girl, beautiful. She was on a 3-month assignment to Shanghai, China, where she was in a 12-hour fashion show. Now, this little girl had, you know, reached out to certain parents or certain advisors and let them know that she's been tired, you know, that she hasn't been sleeping enough. Well, during this 12-hour photo run or fashion show, so to speak, she collapses. 2 days later, she dies. Cause of death has been, I guess, cased as utter exhaustion. Basically, the child was fatigued. When you think about that as an artist, you know, being a musical artist, at some point, you can't prevent the crossover into fashion. People pay attention to your swag, who you are, what you wear, how you wear it, your demeanor. And people emulate it. They want to copy it. They want to do something similar. Knowing that you kind of eventually will have to transform, or I guess transfer over into the world of fashion, being a brother, for your little sister to go, hey, I want to be a model. What implications or what things do you think need to be addressed before those type of situations can be handled, where we're putting our children in positions where we could be exploiting them more than we're helping them pursue their passions?
Right.
You know, what's your take on that whole situation?
First of all, my condolences to the family. I feel that if somebody, like, that tie in what you just said, like, somebody is telling you, yo, I'm tired, like, I need to get some type of rest, don't deprive them for, you know, something, especially because, you know what I'm saying, like, you still human, your body will shut down on you, and that's exactly what happened to this poor young lady. And I feel like the parents, as parents, should have said, yo,
it's
like, cut it, like, let her go to sleep, like, we gonna bring her home, we'll bring her back, or whatever, we can do this another day, you know what I'm saying? And as an artist, I know what it's like to be like, I'm one of those people, I don't like to go to sleep without finishing stuff, but 12 hours doing something, I know how hard it is for people to do anything related to modeling, fashion, because mentally, you have to be in almost a persona.
Right.
You have to physically, like, you have to change stuff physically. You have to be on your toes. You have to do everything pretty much like at the drop of a dime that they drop. Right. So it's just like, I feel like if you gonna have somebody, first of all, a 12-hour fashion show.
Why?
For what? Like,
right.
You literally. How
much fashion is there for you to show?
And I love looking at people exhibit clothes, but not as much to say, yo, put you on the fucking runway for 12 hours, and, you know, if you sleep, you sleep. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what's up. And I feel like that should be, especially coming from my sister is the same age as this young lady.
Right.
There would be dire consequences. I'm not even gonna say, because that's not straight, bro. Like, that's not alright. And whoever was over that, you know, overseeing that and started as like being cool, really need to like get handled.
Revamp your whole perception. Yeah. So definitely our thoughts and prayers go out to the family. We hope that whole situation is handled accordingly. But we'll get ready to wrap up here. We like to kind of close out with a little game that a friend of mine suggested not too long ago called Word Association.
This should be fun.
Basically, at random, we pick a host of names, places, events, artists, whatever, and not too much stuff is off limits. And you get about 3 seconds or so to drop a word or a 2-word phrase, so to speak, that you feel like best describes or that particular person, place, or thing is associated with.
Okay.
You wanna play?
Yeah, definitely. I'm down.
All right, Donald Trump. I should have said that one for last.
We close.
All right, the bando.
Oh my God, the bando, greatness.
Fade the flow.
Freshness, like, you gotta love it.
All right, culture.
Vibes.
The art club.
Legendary.
Scarface.
Oh, swinging.
Kobe Bryant.
Number 8.
Kodak Black.
Trash.
Cardi B.
Go back to Kodak. Trash. Cardi B, winning.
Nicki Minaj.
Underrated.
Travis Scott.
Straight up.
TheAntidote.com.
Lovely.
The Nerdy Bird site.
The best.
Last but not least, Baton Rouge.
Get it together.
You guys heard it first right here with your girl Toby of the Nerdy Bird site, thanks to TheAntidote.com. Make sure you check out my boy John Anthony as he continues to pave the way to greatness.
Millie Ride.